Support for the Anything Show with Jon Francois comes from Insurance DNA. Not sure if the child is yours? Pregnant and unsure if the child is his? Assurance DNA is here to help you find the answers to your questions. Assurance DNA is a paternity testing service with access to over 5,000 testing locations across the country. They provide legal paternity testing and home paternity test kits. Can't leave the house? Assurance DNA has a network of mobile collectors that can come to you. Assurance DNA is partnered with DNA Diagnostic Center, a trusted source for DNA testing that has processed over 20 million DNA tests since 1995. At Assurance DNA, you're not just a number, you're family. When you call, you'll speak to a paternity testing expert who will guide you through the entire process. Everyone's situation is unique, so visit AssuranceDNA.com to schedule a free consultation or give them a call at 877-362-6450 to speak to a paternity expert. Assurance DNA, confidence in knowing. From deep dives of Megamind to thoughtful analysis of Cameron's character in Ferris Bueller's Day Off, the Cinemaniacs just love talking all things movies. Each week, Lewis and Aiden get together and discuss the silver screen. So, grab some popcorn, don't forget my favorite soda, Dr. Pepper, grab a seat in the upper middle aisle and enjoy, because, you know, the best part of a movie, always concessions. Find the Cinemaniacs at cinemaniacspod.wordpress.com. You can also follow them on Instagram at the.cinemaniacs.pod.
From the Big Heavy World Studios in Burlington, Vermont, this is The Anything Show with Jon Francois. I hope you know what you're in for.
Yes, here we go. Saturday, April 3rd as we record this. Jon Francois here at the Big Heavy World Studios in Burlington, Vermont. My partner in crime, Main Squeeze Mary. She's in the midst of a busy Easter weekend, so filling in for her from Salt Lake City, Utah, my special guest, Sara Bradford, autism advocate, author of S.J. Childs books, and host of the S.J. Childs Show. Hey, Sara.
Hey, thanks for having me, Jon.
It's going to be a great show with Sara. Not only are we going to talk about autism awareness and action, I'll also be talking with Shep Rose, who is the original cast member of the Bravo reality show Southern Charm and author of the new book, Average Expectations, Lessons in Lowering the Bar. We'll also chat with Sara, like I said, about Autism Action Month. That's going to be an awesome thing that we're going to talk about here in the month of April. For our Let's Get Viral segment, we're going to hear why Wheel of Fortune fans are protesting. And for our headline segment, we're going to talk about possibly the most awful Tinder date in the world. Right now, listen to The Anything Show with Jon Francois on Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google, wherever you get your podcasts. Like and follow on Facebook.com/The Anything Show and on Instagram at Anything Show Francois. That's Anything Show, FRANCOIS. Anything Show with Jon Francois. Shot glasses and keychains are available. DM me if you are interested. All right, my special guest co-host Sara, shall we dive into some headlines?
Let's do this.
Yes, let's do it. You know what, Sara? I got to apologize because I thought I had the headlines theme song, but I don't have the headlines theme song. Wait, let me just let me just take a moment to find that headlines theme song because we're gonna find it. We're gonna find it. And Sara is so awesome to be patient with me while I find this headlines theme song. Let's see here, Sara. What did you have for lunch today?
Oh, let's see. I made some bacon. I'm going to make some, BLTs. So I just cooked up some bacon and took a few bites of it.
Awesome. All right, here we go.
You got to do it with butter.
Oh, man, so delicious. Also delicious, this headlines theme music. All right, here we go, Sara. We're going to dive into our headlines right here. Where the heck is my show prep? Oh, man, me and Sara are trying to get ourselves together here. Oh my God, Sara. So according to a new survey, 56% of us feel judged when we sneeze or cough in public. because of the pandemic. How about you? What do you feel about that?
Yeah, I try not to go out too much, so I'm not judging others, and they're not judging me.
Okay. You know what? All I gotta say is F those people who judge me, and we can always keep it in our mask. Like if you sneeze, you cough, like all that gooey stuff, we're gonna keep it in our mask, and we're gonna be so good, and it's gonna be so awesome. I love it. You know what I'm saying? So Sarah, are you familiar with the term COVID shame?
Yeah.
You are. So COVID shame, for those of you listening right now, COVID shame might be one major reason people aren't reporting it when they get the virus, according to a new study. People are actually afraid that other people will look at them differently because they caught COVID, so they keep it quiet. What are your thoughts about that, Sarah?
I mean, that's kind of silly. Just, I don't know that it matters. It's gone around the world, so I don't know. Strange, right?
Yeah, I mean, my thoughts is that it can seem outcastious to be that person that has COVID. Like, I can understand, like, when people look at you like you have COVID, you seem like you're a foreigner, you're an outsider, you're someone who just doesn't seem to connect with the world. But at the same time, by telling people that you have COVID, like, you are saving God knows how many lives by being upfront about it. So I don't know. I mean, I feel like it's maybe the more responsible thing to tell people that you're upfront.
Agreed. Just be upfront.
Oh, goodness gracious. Hey, you know what? Next headline here. 42% of Americans, Sarah, 42% of Americans say they plan on, quote, throwing the biggest party of their entire lives when the pandemic is officially over. Now, Sarah, me and my partner in crime, Man Squeeze Mary, we've talked about how we're going to go to the bar, we're going to raise hell, we're going to scream, we're going to laugh, we're going to cry, we're going to do everything we can to let people know that COVID is over. Sarah, is there a certain big thing that you want to do when COVID is all over?
I guess go back to the shopping mall so that I can go shopping.
Yeah.
No, I think that is true. I really want to go visit, just some family and friends that I haven't seen for so long, because I think that's really the part that I've missed out on the most, is making those connections.
Absolutely. You know what? Bars, theater productions, shopping malls, just the normalcy of American reckless fun life. We want to get back to, and we want to get back to that. And you know what? Maybe this summer, if everybody does their part, maybe this summer we might get back to that. So you never know.
Fingers crossed. Yay.
You never know. According to a new survey, Sarah, about 1 in 4 people spent an average of 29 minutes every day scrolling through social media in the last year looking for travel ideas for the future. And in all that time, Sarah, it added up to 176 hours, or more than an entire week. Now, Sarah, you seem like an adventurous, beautiful person. You got to tell me, I'm sure you have some travel plans figured out for when COVID is over, right?
Yeah, I have, fingers crossed again with all budget concerning. I have a friend in Costa Rica.
Oh!
And come on, who does not want to be on that beach at sunset? Like, me.
Oh my God. So is your friend originally from Costa Rica, or is she in Costa Rica?
No.
Really? Go ahead.
Yeah, she's just traveling and like living her fullest life. Jealous, right?
Yeah. Honestly, I have always dreamed of being in Italy, Sarah. I've always dreamed of being. I've always been not only like being in Italy when I'm young, but also when I retire. I feel like I would want to be in Italy because there's just something about the pasta culture of Italy, just the food that just attracts me. Like, I just want to be fat in Italy, and I want to enjoy the rest of my life being fat and happy. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Well, I think Greece might be on my list too, so we might be close neighbors.
Yes. You and your husband, me and my girlfriend, we're going to go to Italy. We're going to spend the rest of our lives there, and we're going to just eat carbs, and we're going to probably give ourselves heart attacks, and we're going to be dead and happy.
And wine drinking. Yes. It's going to be fabulous.
Oh, my God. I love it. You know what, Sarah? Speaking of relationships and couples and love and all that stuff, I was looking at this next headline right here on the Anything Show. A woman just posted on Reddit about how she and her new boyfriend were planning their first romantic weekend away together. he sent her an itemized spreadsheet breaking down each of their costs, because this guy is actually so this guy is actually an accountant for a living. So I wonder, as you, Sara, for someone who's been married for 17 years, is that a red flag for someone out of the get-go to be like, all right, you know what, we're going to have this romantic getaway weekend together, but honey, here's the Microsoft Excel spreadsheet. It's going to cost a lot of money. What do you think, Sara? Would you be turned off by that before like a sort of a first date romantic getaway weekend thing, you know?
I don't know. I think I'm the more irresponsible one. So that might be actually a really good thing, to have somebody with their feet really planted well in the ground and know what they're going to be spending, because I might have to end up getting a loan to come home or something.
You know what? I like that. You know what? I mean, my thoughts is I think the spreadsheet may be like a tad too far. I think you may be a tad too specific. But at the same time, I admire this guy's transparency. Like, he thinks it's only fair that him and the woman split the cost of the weekend. So, you know what? Kudos to him for being upfront with that, instead of feeling like he has to take on this, gentleman pays for everything pressure.
Exactly.
Some guys don't want to do that. Now, me personally, I love to provide for my girlfriend. I think she's the best. I think she's the best person in the world, and I just love to give things to her. But you know what? Some guys may not want to be that, and that's okay. You know what I mean?
Totally.
Oh God.
I'm on the lucky end of that. So.
Yeah. Now, Sara, you said you've been married for 17 years. Before that 17 years, have you ever been on the website Tinder at all? Did Tinder even exist?
No. No, it didn't. I don't think it did back then.
Yeah, I wonder.
I did authentic meeting in person type meeting.
Okay, yeah, you did the authentic old fashioned way, meet cute kind of thing. Okay, so you guys got to for those of you listening, you have to check out these photos that I posted on our Anything Show with Jon Francois Facebook and Instagram pages. So that's facebook.com/The Anything Show and Instagram @Anything Show Francois. A woman in England went on a Tinder date with a guy where they went on a walk with his dog, and during the date, the dog jumped into a river. So the woman jumped in after him to save him, the dog, and that was pretty much the end of any potential for a relationship, because the guy was just like, oh, okay, woman, you're saving my dog. All right, cool. I'm just going to watch you save my dog. Like, seriously, Sara? Like, if you went on a date with this guy and this actually happened to you, would you actually want to go on a second date with this guy?
No, I just take the dog home, actually.
Exactly. Yeah, you would take the dog home. You would think to yourself, not only do I not want to be around this guy, but I don't. But the dog doesn't even deserve to be around this guy. Like, you know, it's just insane. It's absolutely freaking insane. So
he doesn't deserve a dog.
It just reminds me of how much I don't want to be back in the dating world, because you have like really sketchy people like this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. Hey, you know what? This next headline here, I found out that, Sara, a guy in Florida who was selling fake COVID vaccination cards, he was fired from his job at a marketing company after someone on TikTok exposed him. Look, I'm going to say shame on this guy, shame on the people also who cannot man up and take the vaccine so they can, not risk someone else's life and their own. But yeah, I mean, come on now. Why would you sell fake COVID vaccination cards? Like, there's no reason for that. We're talking about something serious, Sara. Come on.
Yeah, that's pretty rough. I mean, good thing there was a Karen out there watching.
Oh man, it's just insane. I don't know what to say about it. All right. So Fridays. And when I say Fridays, Sara, I say TGI Fridays. TGI Fridays has a new menu of Carnival food. Now, of course, the one thing that we've been missing during COVID is the fact that there are there aren't any county fairs. There aren't any carnivals right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So TGI Fridays decided to cash in on that, and they said, you know what? Hey, here's a new menu of carnival food. So now if you go to TGI Fridays, it includes things like burgers, hot chicken sandwiches that use a donut bun, a sandwich that's Yeah, right. Yeah. A sandwich that's mozzarella sticks in between two pieces of bread and a cosmopolitan with a cotton candy on top. Come on, Sara. Are you going to TGI Fridays or are you not going to TGI Fridays?
Definitely not.
You're not going to TGI Fridays. Wait. Why are you not going to TGI Fridays for their carnival food? Explain that to me, Sara.
I would be so sick after all of that.
Oh,
I don't even eat. But my mom, on the other hand, she'll be there all day. She would love that. She loves the carnival. That's what she loves to do every year for her birthday. And she loves to go, and so she gets to take the grandkids, and they get to eat all the junk.
Wow. That is... that.
Restraint. Just kidding.
Man, I don't know, man. You know, restraint doesn't sound as fun to me, Sara. Look, I think this is a great. I think this is a great backup plan for the carnivals because we could not have the carnivals last year because of COVID, and we probably and maybe we cannot have the carnivals happen again this year. So who knows? I mean, you get the carnival food from TGI Fridays. It may be even less expensive than getting food at the carnival. Because I don't know if you've ever been to a carnival, Sara. It is like sometimes it's like $40 for a cotton candy thing.
It's crazy. Oh yeah.
It's insane. It's insane. Now, Sara, you may be nauseous about carnival food, but do you like Krispy Kreme?
I mean, I've had them in my life. But who doesn't love a donut once in a while?
Okay, once in a while. Now, Krispy Kreme, this next headline on the Anything Show, Krispy Kreme is going to offer a free donut every day of the year for anyone who gets the COVID vaccine. Now, Sara, you said I know you have your hesitations about the COVID vaccine. That's okay. But you know what? Free donuts. That's temptation. Come on now, temptation.
I'm so glad that they're doing it for some people. Yes, that will draw in the crowds.
Okay. Look, I have a Krispy Kreme in my home state of Connecticut. There's a Krispy Kreme at the Mohegan Sun Casino, about 45 minutes from where my family lives, and I will go there. I will go to that casino just for the Krispy Kreme. So next time I go to Connecticut, which is like about 3 hours away from where I am in Vermont, I think I'm going to actually schedule an appointment just for that donut because the Krispy Kreme donut, I don't play with that, Sara. I don't play with that. They have that hot...
You shouldn't. They have serious about some things.
Yeah, they have that hot glaze sensation that is just like no other. You know what I'm saying?
True.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think I've only bought them at the grocery store, to tell you the truth. I don't think I've actually been to a Krispy Kreme store.
No. Let me tell you something. I bought grocery store Krispy Kreme donuts when I was traveling from Iowa to Vermont for my current job, and it's not the same. You got to get it from a Krispy Kreme restaurant. You got to get the donut hot and fresh, or else you are being satanic, Sara. You are being...
That's what's happening, I think.
Yeah.
That must be why I'm not, exactly excited about it, because I have never had the right experience.
Jesus Christ is going to curse you because you have not had an authentic Krispy Kreme donut. What's going on?
Utah is so behind the times, okay? We'll blame it on Utah.
Yeah. Poor Sara is in Salt Lake City, Utah, the middle of nowhere, and she just has never experienced an authentic Krispy Kreme donut. Oh my God. So Sara, I have to pee, and I'm gonna try to hold my pee for the next 45 minutes because I have to do a show here. Next headline here on the Anything Show, because we have about 2 minutes left on our headline segment. A new study found that ordering too much delivery could kill you. So Sara, do you order a lot of takeout food during the week? Be honest.
None. Zero.
Oh, so you're gonna live until like age 200 years old. It's gonna be great for you. You know what I'm saying?
I think so. I'm probably like your most controversial healthy person you've ever met. No, I'm just kidding.
No. So honestly, researchers, they actually tracked 35,000 people who said they ate restaurant food at least twice a day, so almost every meal. They said that 49% were more likely to suffer an early death. So, this actually reminds me, Sara, because I had a doctor's appointment back in January, and before getting into cooking, my doctor literally told me that if I continued eating the way I was eating, which was like I think like take out like once or twice or 3 times a week, my doctor told me that I would get cancer, and I'm only 29 years old. Can you imagine being 29 years old and being told that you would get cancer if you keep eating the way you're eating? Like, that's scary. You know?
It's horrible.
Oh my God. So it's just, I don't know, it's something else. But luckily I've been cooking, Sara, and I think my health has been going upwards in a very positive way. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, yeah.
Oh, boy.
I'll send you some good recipes.
Yes, please. Me and Sarah, we're like best friends now. Because we talked before the show and we had this really like nice bond. So now Sarah is going to be my cooking expert right now.
There you go.
I love it. All right, now, last headline before we get to our Ask Anything question of the week. Sarah, do you check your bank account often?
Yeah, it's probably too much.
Too much? Okay, so I don't check my bank account as often because I don't want to realize that I spend a lot of money. So 55% of people in a recent survey say they do not check their bank accounts as much as they probably should. The main reason is they're afraid to find out how much money is in there. Now, Sarah,
that's not my fault. That's not my problem.
Yeah, you know what? And you know what? I applaud you because you're a responsible spender. It looks like you always check your bank account to make sure that you're budgeting very well. For me, Sarah, I'm impulsive. I'm in the moment. I'm like, you know what? If I want to do this thing that makes me happy, and if it costs money, if I have the money, by God, I'm going to pay for it. But you say, Sarah, since you're, obviously you're a mother, you're a wife and everything, you're being more responsible. Is that correct?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. So, Sarah, I envy you, and one day I hope to be a very attractive mother and husband and responsible, just like
I hope you are too. I hope you are too.
Just have the curves and the long hair and
Aw, thanks.
It would be so good. So I guess that's what we learned from our headline segment is that I want to be a woman someday. Oh man! If you want to send a headline over Facebook.com/The Anything Show, or send us something on Instagram at Anything Show Francois. That's Anything Show FRANCOIS. Okay, well here we go. Jon Francois here. My special guest co-host, filling in for Main Squeeze Mary, Sara Bradford, a.k.a. S. Jake Childs. She's from the S. Jake Childs Show, author of the wonderful S. Jake Childs books. She's an autism advocate. We're going to talk about Autism Awareness Month in a bit. It's going to be so great. Sara, in the meantime, though, let's figure out what the hell listeners are telling us. Are you in the mood for our Ask Anything question of the week?
I can't wait.
All right, let's do it. It's our Ask Anything. Yes! Oh boy. All right, so anyway, this is where I ask you a question on my personal Facebook page, Jon Francois, Jon, last name FRANCOIS. And the question, Sara, this week is, what online rabbit hole have you gone through? Now, Sara, before I get into the responses from the listeners, you tell me, what online rabbit hole have you gotten yourself through? Go.
Okay, well, lately I've been looking into how I can get a hospital unit to get an Instacare for just autistic kids.
Wow.
That's what I'm doing. I'm trying to change the world here. And I do it in my rabbit holes, too.
Okay. I like it. I dig that. Wow, you are doing such meaningful work. And meanwhile, we're looking at our listeners here, and God bless our listeners, but they're doing some work that is not as meaningful as autism work. So Heather says that she's been in a Alice in Wonderland rabbit hole. You have Elizabeth. I know you have Elizabeth, who's been in TikTok. Kylie has also been in TikTok. Carrie has been through a Facebook online rabbit hole. You know how it is with Facebook. Like you search through all these statuses, and then before you know it, 7 hours later, you're like, oh my God, what the hell? I've looked through like 75,000 of my friends' statuses. It's insane. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh my God. So, Alyssa, my good friend Alyssa from Iowa, she says that she's been through an online rabbit hole of looking up lyrics to nursery rhymes. Now, Sara, how because you have kids. How young are your kids?
Yeah. 9 and 11.
Okay, so at one point when they were younger, did you look through nursery rhymes?
Oh, I've known them I was a preschool teacher, so nursery rhymes were just my jam long ago.
I bet. So Taylor says that she's seriously about to adopt an orchid mantis. So she's been trying to look for compatible live orchids and pretty terrariums to make a cool-ass living art piece. Wow.
Nice.
That is a very unique online rabbit hole that you've gone through, Taylor. I appreciate that. I have no idea what you're talking about, but I appreciate it because I appreciate it.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you know what? And honestly, maybe you and Taylor should hook up, Sarah. So JJ, one of my former theater professors, JJ from college, she says that she's always looking for conflict-based real-life stories to build dialogue. The Fritzl case, Austrian incest with daughter kept in the basement for decades, was beyond imagining. This led to the Australian incest case of a huge family, several generations, a Canadian family, on and on. I don't even know what that is. Do you know what that is, Sarah? Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, I probably am trying not to know about that.
No.
Bad.
Let's move on. I love you, JJ. Donna says mushrooms. Donna says she loves to look up mushrooms. Paul Stamets. She also loves to look up cooking. She goes down a lot of recipe rabbit holes. Oh my God! Ashley says Epstein Island. Yeah, Jeffrey Epstein, the the weird, creepy child abuser that I think died recently in prison. He hung himself or something like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Maria says anything.
Watch that.
Yeah, right. Maria says anything conspiracy theory related. She finds it fascinating and intriguing, but sometimes it just sucks me in, man. And I have to be like, whoa, no, God. Val says Linux audio production. Okay, so that's a very nerdy editing thing. Ashley says she likes to check out the Denver Airport Conspiracy. Do you know what the Denver Airport Conspiracy is, Sarah?
No, now I'm going to have to.
So apparently Ashley is saying that it's about this airport that's being like a New World Order-based concentration camp for future use. It looks like a swastika from the air. Weird art depicting New World Order stuff hung on the walls. Okay. Courtney says she likes to look up Paul is Dead on her online rabbit hole adventure. Do you know which Paul I'm talking about, Sarah?
Is that a show?
No. So it's Paul McCartney. Paul McCartney from the Beatles.
Oh, okay.
So apparently there's this fake conspiracy theory that Paul McCartney died mid-Beatle fame and was replaced by a lookalike. The amount of detail and fan theories is staggering, according to Courtney. And
kind of like Nelson Mandela.
Is Nelson Mandela not actually dead? Is that what you're implying to me?
I just heard, there were stories that it was years before and then years later also.
Yeah. Oh, Lord. So Felicia, Felicia's online rabbit hole is birds aren't real. I think they are. Because
what does she think they are, drones?
I don't know. I mean, I see birds every day when I go outside, so I think they are.
Yeah, right? Yeah, that is so interesting. I don't know. I think I might know some people that would agree with her on that, though.
Yeah. Tony says the SCP Foundation is an online rabbit hole that he likes to look up. I know it's a fictional organization documented by the web-based collaborative fiction project. It has a lot of scary, strange, funny, paranormal type stories. So that is some of the online rabbit holes that we have found on the Anything Show. So Sarah, I gotta say, there's something exciting about these Ask Anything questions. Do you know what is exciting about these Ask Anything questions?
You can ask anything?
That, and also, once a month, if anybody responds to these Ask Anything questions, once a month, there's going to be a random question where I will look at the response and I'll be like, hey, you know what? I randomly choose you, listener, to win a $100 gift card and an Anything Show with Jon Francois shot glass and keychain. How does that sound, Sarah?
Woo-hoo. That's amazing.
Yeah. Now, Sarah, because you've been my special guest co-host throughout the hour, I'm putting you on the spot here. Do you want either or? I mean, I could send you an Anything Show shot glass or keychain if you want. It's up to you.
What? Wait, you mean it's me? Are you sure? That's awesome.
Yeah. No.
Sorry, I just caught that.
Anybody who's a special guest on my show, I offer them a keychain or a shot glass because I appreciate their time. So, Sarah, we'll have to connect off the show and we'll have to figure out which one we're going to send you, okay?
Exactly.
Oh, my God, that's going to be great. But anyway, Jon Francois here as we are wrapping up our Ask Anything. Oh, my God, in the next couple weeks, we are going to give away that $100 and that shot glass and keychain. So please stay tuned. And I'm joined by my special guest co-host, Sara Bradford. She also is known as S.J. Childs from the S.J. Childs Show. She's the author of the wonderful S.J. Childs books. She's an autism advocate. We're going to talk about Autism Action Month coming up in just a bit on the Anything Show, so please stay tuned for that. Sara, while we wrap up our Ask Anything here, do you want to get to some viral videos?
Oh, yeah.
Let's do it, because why not do it when I don't have the theme song prepared? So Sara and I have been enjoying each other's company so much prior to the show that I've lost all senses of where my theme songs are. And right now, I'm going to get the viral video theme song pulled up right now, because if I don't, then that kind of violates the nature of the show. Here's our viral videos. Yes, oh boy. Okay, so it's our viral videos of the week right here on the Anything Show. Sara, I gotta tell you, are you familiar with the latest Wheel of Fortune controversy?
Yes, I saw that.
Oh, man. So for the listener who's not familiar with it, we got to tell you. So for Wheel of Fortune, another Wheel of Fortune contestant got burned doing a crossword-style puzzle this week. Here is the clip of the puzzle.
I'd like to solve, Pat.
All right, say everything. Don't add anything. Go ahead.
Sole, flounder, cod, and catfish.
No, I'm sorry, that's not right. And Danielle, it's your turn. You don't have to spin if you wanted to take a shot at the puzzle. $6.50.
L.
Uh-huh. What would you like to do?
I'm going to solve.
All right, say everything. Don't add anything.
Sole, cod, catfish, flounder.
Yeah, that's it. And
I thought that's what you said.
And I know it's always confusing, and David did that thing that's so easy to do. You added the and. Anyway, the main thing is Danielle has $3,200 and a wild card. She's off to a $6,200 start. It's all going to be fine. We got lots of money to give away. Stay right there.
You see what that guy did, Sara? So his mistake was he added the word "and" in his phrase, and that's completely screwed him up. Now, what do you think about that, Sara? Do you think that the guy deserved to win, or what? What do you think?
Sadly enough, Pat told him before not to add anything, so I guess he really wasn't listening to the directions.
He was not. And you know what? It's funny because me and my girlfriend, we were watching Wheel of Fortune episodes on Netflix because for some reason, Wheel of Fortune is now available on Netflix. And this was the first time that I saw that they have these like new crossword puzzles. And I was like, what the hell is this? This is like really confusing. Yeah. But yeah, man, like you said, Sara, like if the rules, Pat said clear up up front that, hey, don't add anything, and the guy added something, and people on social media are going crazy because they think that this guy should get a break. Well, no, this guy should not get a break because he didn't follow the rules. And Pat was very clear about the rules from the get-go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, totally.
Oh, my God. So, hey, another Wheel of Fortune viral clip here, Sara. I think Pat Sajak meant to go R-rated here, and you let me know if there was a little bit of risqueness on his part.
D.
She wants a D, and she's going to get one. And you can pick up that wild card.
Yeah. She wants a D. She wants a D, and she's gonna get one. Do you think she's gonna get the D, Sara? Do you think she's gonna get the D?
I think so. It's definitely going to be pursued in somebody's plan.
Now, here's the most important question: Is she going to enjoy the D, or is she just gonna be like, you know what? I'm not really sure about this D. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right. If it's coming from Pat, she might be questioned. I don't know. Does she have fandom?
You know what?
Right?
I don't know if look. Pat Sajak's D, I don't know about that, but some other person's D, maybe so. Yeah. I don't know. All right, Sara, I gotta say, if there's anything surprising about life is when you shave your head without somebody else knowing. And I say this not really being aware of the fact that I do not have the clip that I'm actually trying to set up here. So let me try to actually set up this clip right now in the proper way. Hold on. Oh, my God. So full disclosure, every other week before I do the show, I do drinks with my friend DJ Craig Mitchell. And we do and I did 3 shots of tequila. So I'm trying to like compose myself right now. And I think, Sarah, I'm doing a good job, right? Am I doing a good job?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good.
I mean, I think so completely.
Okay, cool. So I have the setup here. So a Colorado woman, a woman from Colorado made a spontaneous decision to shave her head, and then she surprised her husband with a new look. So this is the reaction of the husband to his wife shaving her head.
Whoa, what?
I shaved it.
I thought you were tall A for a second. Didn't like it, guys? It looks really good.
Do you like it?
Yeah.
I think it looks really good.
I thought you were going to do that.
I did it.
You're crazy.
I love it.
I love it too.
You know what? I think this guy was lying through his teeth. I really do, Sarah, because, he's just like, whoa, okay, you shaved your head, honey. I like it. I love it. But I really think underneath he's just like, oh, I don't like it. But you know what? She already shaved her head. So it's too late to kind of tell her that she made a mistake, you know?
Oh, man. That's a big shock for somebody.
Yeah. Would you shave your head for your husband unexpectedly?
I mean, if it was like for medical reasons or something.
Sure.
I don't know what else for.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I won't even dye my hair. So maybe I would have to say no.
Probably not. All right, so let's just say that Sarah will not shave her head. And you know what, Sarah, you have beautiful hair, as I've seen through your pictures, and I think that should be stayed intact.
Exactly.
My girlfriend Tony also has beautiful hair, and if she shaves it, I will shave my beard, which she doesn't like. So we're gonna we made a deal. I don't shave my beard. She doesn't shave her head. So that's what we're doing. Okay.
I love that. Yes.
Yeah. So, Sarah, a video has been making the rounds of a woman annoying her French boyfriend by mispronouncing French brand names. I think I'll play just a little bit of this clip because you kind of get the joke early on.
Babe, look, it's Louis Vuitton.
Babe, it's Louis Vuitton, not Louis Vuitton.
Babe, look, it's Dior.
Babe, it's Dior. Dior, not Dior. Dior.
Babe, look, it's Montclair.
Babe, Montclair, not Montclair. Montclair.
And let me see if I can fast forward to the end because I think the end is the best part.
Oh, Longchamp.
Look, it's Hermes.
No, babe, Hermes, not herpes.
Yeah, exactly. You pronounce Hermes, not herpes. Because come on now, who wants to pronounce Hermes herpes, right, Sarah? Yeah, I know. Yeah, Sarah.
I'm trying to get up here, and it's pretty funny.
It's just so awkward. It's just so awkward.
Yeah.
Anyway, but
very.
But you know what, ladies, when you have a French husband, please pronounce your things the right way in the French way, or else your French husband is gonna he's just gonna correct you every step of the way. So there you go.
Yeah, and he's getting so frustrated.
Exactly. All right. So our next viral video of the week: a woman posted a video of herself saying the same sentence 7 times, and each version had a different meaning depending on which word she emphasized.
I never said she ate my sandwich, meaning I didn't say it, maybe someone else did. I never said she ate my sandwich. Here, I'm really denying the blame. I never said she ate my sandwich, meaning I maybe implied it, but I never said it. I never said she ate my sandwich, means I said someone else ate it. I never said she ate my sandwich, meaning maybe I said she dropped it. I never said she ate my sandwich, meaning I said she ate someone else's sandwich. I never said she ate my sandwich. She ate something of mine, but it wasn't my sandwich.
You know what? Honestly, this woman gave me a headache because she was just repeating the same phrase over and over again, and it seemed like she was overthinking the crap out of every single word in that phrase. I don't know. What did you think, Sarah?
It was just way too much grammar.
Way too much grammar. You know what? you know what, Sarah? I want to pee on this woman right now. That's what I want to do. Oh, God. And I only say that because I've had a few drinks and I have to pee. And you know what? I'm not going to pee because discipline. That's right. We have about 24 minutes left of this radio show. I got to hold in my pee. So there you go. Hey, a woman who used to work at a large hotel chain has a hack to get a free upgrade. So in case you and your husband, Sarah, want to get a free hotel upgrade, here's a tip.
So 1, do not book through Expedia, Trivago, anything like that. I know it might look cheaper, but that's because on the hotel's website, the daily rate includes taxes and fees, and on those websites it doesn't. So I will go on Expedia is my favorite, and then price shop, and then book directly through the hotel. You will get treated much better because they prefer when you do direct booking. Hotels also really, really like when you make an account on their app. So download their app. I'm sure if it's a major hotel, they have one. And then about 24 hours before you get there, send them a message on the app and be like, I'm so excited to stay. Thank you for having us. I was wondering if it would be possible to get a room with a view or a room with a balcony. Even if that was supposed to cost extra, if they have the availability, they will upgrade you to it because they want to make their app people happy. It works 9 times out of 10.
Hey, what do you think about that, Sarah? Isn't that a brilliant idea?
Yeah, I think so. That's not a bad idea at all.
Oh my God. Hey, here's also not a bad idea. So you probably have seen relationship videos that are like, oh my God, here are the red flags that you look for in a relationship. Now,
yeah.
How about the green flags? And I loved what this woman. I loved what this woman did on TikTok, Sarah. She actually listed several green flags that you can look for in a relationship.
These are some green flags for a brand new relationship, maybe someone you're just starting to text or you've gone on 1 to 3 dates with. The communication is balanced between the two of you. It's not one-sided. If you haven't heard from them in a timely manner recently, you don't have this panicky feeling like you've blown it or it's over. You feel pretty secure that there's a reason. Hanging out feels easy, comfortable, fun, and exciting. You're not like, oh crap, what are we going to talk about tonight? You feel like you can be yourself. You aren't scared of them. You feel like you guys are on the same page about moving at whatever speed you're comfortable with, and they aren't pressuring you, and they are respecting any boundaries. COVID makes things a little weird, but in general, you are making plans to hang out, or at least, have a virtual date. They ask you questions. They want to know about you. You're not just sitting there listening to a one-sided sermon. They're not trying to change anything about you. You feel excited to hear from them, and you feel good when you are with them. And most importantly, you get a sense that they like you.
Oh, what do you think about that, Sarah? Isn't that awesome? Just the fact that we can turn relationship videos into a positive instead of a negative.
I think that's wonderful. I think that the best thing about being able to communicate that is showing people their mindset is really what matters.
Now, Sarah, can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Okay, I have to pee so bad. Can you fill up time by just talking about whatever?
I'll
okay,
talk about whatever.
Just introduce yourself. Say what you have for dinner. I'll be right back, okay?
You go. Hi, guys. I'm Sara Bradford, SJ Childs. I have a show called The SJ Childs Show. And on my show, we bring value to family through resources, education, and lots of laughs. This month is Autism Awareness Month, and I know that Jon's going to be introducing that in a bit, and we're going to be talking about that. So if you don't know anything about autism, it'll be a great chance for you to learn something, and I hope that you get something out of it, most definitely. I'm a children's book author, and I have a son with autism and also a daughter with dyslexia. So I have some children's books that just talk about those needs for children. And more than that, having children be able to support their peers and really just know how to support one another, because our next generation of kids, if we can raise them to be kind, generous, inclusive people,
Sarah,
it'll just be such a better place for us in the world. Hi.
Sarah. Oh,
I'm still talking. You didn't take long enough.
What awesome stuff were you talking about while I was cleaning out my bladder?
Now it's giving me a chance to listen back. I was just, telling them a little bit about who I am and what my books were about, and giving a little bit of a intro.
Yes, wonderful. And you know what? It's such great timing because we're about to wrap up our viral videos, and we're about to get to that information about you in just a second anyway. Okay, last video here. Okay, I probably should stop taking shots with my friend Craig Mitchell before the show, because this is.
I don't think you should. I think it's great.
Really? You think it really should get to a point where I have to actually go to the bathroom in the middle of the show?
Okay, well, maybe time it better.
Okay,
I go to the bathroom before the show.
No. What? Here's the thing. I didn't have to piss before the show, but then, like, while the show was happening, it was like, oh my god, my bladder is exploding. Oh my god.
Oh, hilarious.
Anyway, last video right here on the Anything Show, kind of relating to the dating territory. If I can even find the video, I don't even know if I can find the video. Oh yeah. So this professional matchmaker says people should wait 12 dates before having sex. Oh, let's hear this logic, Sarah.
So when you have sex, you release this hormone called oxytocin, also known as the cuddle hormone. And if you're a woman, you can quite literally become blind to seeing all the red flags or pink flags of the person you're dating. So my suggestion is to just wait a little bit. Discover if you actually like this person and figure out if they have the red flags you're not looking for. What do I mean by that? Figure out what they're like on a bad day, what they're like on a good day, what they're like when you're having a bad day, and more importantly, what they're like when you're having a good day. By intentionally spending time dating, talking, you'll discover a lot of that.
Okay. So, Sarah, what do you think? 12 dates? Do you think that's an appropriate amount of time to wait before you have sex with somebody?
You know, I guess it could be good because, I mean, my husband and I were friends when we met, and we were friends for weeks before we started dating, and it made everything better. So I'm going to say she's on to something.
All right, cool. And that's our viral videos. Wait, where's the music? There we go. Oh my God, let's get viral. If you have a viral video of the week you want to share with us, facebook.com/theanythingshow. Oh, also Instagram @anythingshowfrancois. That's @anythingshowFrancois. Jon Francois here with my special guest co-host Sara Bradford from S. Jake Child's Books. She is the host of the S. Jake Child Show. She is an autism advocate, which is great because it is Autism Awareness Month. We have to talk about that in just a moment. But before that, Sarah, can we just take a quick commercial break? Do you mind that?
Yeah, no worries.
All right, we'll take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back after these words.
Yes, as a man with a beard, I have finally found my fellow bearded brethren, my good friends Adam and Tyler from the Bearded Men podcast. Thanks to you guys for supporting the Anything Show. If you enjoy hearing from people with too much useless knowledge, misguided pop culture commentary, and of course, a strange obsession with facial hair, the Bearded Men podcast is for you. Join these underachievers from Southern Vermont as they continue their journey this spring to discover the most overrated movie of all time. Listen to the Bearded Men podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and wherever great shows are given for free. New episodes coming out every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can check their website out, beardedmenradio.com. That is beardedmenradio.com. They're also on Facebook at facebook.com/beardedmenradio.
All right, we are back. Here we go. The Anything Show with my special guest, Sara Bradford from S. Jake Child's Show, S. Jake Child's Books for Children. She really lets you know, just all you need to know about Autism Action Month, Autism Awareness Month. But in Sarah's case, we're going to refer to it as Autism Action Month. So, Sarah, we got to get into that. We got to get into that. So April, usually called Autism Awareness Month, but you prefer to call it Autism Action Month. Now, why is it important that we take action on autism, Sarah? Can you tell us that?
Yeah, you know, and I was kind of talking a little bit before, and awareness is great for people to have. But for people like me who are educators, we need to take action in educating. We can't expect people to go get education on a subject they're not going to be involved in themselves. So we need to do our part to let people know the important things that'll help society out by those informations.
Absolutely. You know what? I love this article that you sent me from midvalejournal.com about your son. I mean, I'm sure he's not 16 months old now. He's how old now?
He's 11.
He's 11. Yeah, your 11-year-old son DJ who has autism. I love the story about your son DJ. Now, can you tell us how did you react when you found out your son had autism? You know, like
yeah. Yeah, it was devastating, to tell you the truth, because I didn't have any knowledge or experience with it. And being my first biological child, I had expectations of what being a parent would look like and, the things we would do. And having to kind of reset those expectations and set a different life plan, it was really hard. And I think that there was a grieving process that came along with that. But eventually and quickly enough that, it evolved into, okay, well, what can I do to make this great? What can I do to build on this and just be the best we can be?
And I mean, I have to say, your son, DJ, when I was reading through this article, he has an impressive intelligence that you say, I mean, it's all self-taught. So can you tell us some of the vast amount of knowledge that he has?
Yeah, absolutely. So he started reading at 1, and I had found this thing called the Your Baby Could Read program, and I put it in front of him when he was a baby, and he started reading, like tracing the words. He was nonverbal until he was 4. And so with him reading, it was such a great chance for us to be able to start communicating a little bit. And when he was 2, I started writing lists for him because he could read, and he started writing. And it wasn't like ABC, it was like gorilla, elevator. It was these giant words that he was writing down. And then at about 3 years old, we realized he had a photographic memory because he would write things from our drives he'd write license plate numbers or street names or store names. And so I just got a little bit crazy and thought, oh my gosh, if he has a photographic memory, I can teach him so much. So I started just kind of gathering all of this educational material, DVDs, and back then there wasn't as many, like YouTube 10 years ago and things like that. So I just started finding things that would be helpful for him. And then charts of the world or the United States. And he started memorizing things. I think he memorized the periodic table of elements when he was 4.
Wow.
And he did it from a song off of YouTube, actually, that they sang the song, and he memorized the periodic table. And it was the cutest thing. When he was younger, he would ask people, how old are you? And then they would say their age. And then he would tell them what element they were on the periodic table.
Oh, my God. That's awesome. That's awesome.
It was so cool. And then, through these educational materials, I found a really great program that had preschool to high school information, basically, that it covered. And so it also had languages that he started learning. And by the time he was 5, he had already learned about 5 languages.
Huh.
And now that he's 11, he's probably practiced 25 languages or more. And not to mention, like, he loves computers, who, of course, right? Math and computers.
Yeah.
And there was one time he came to me and asked me to print out 16 million 6-digit letter and number color codes.
Yeah.
So when you're in the computer and you're doing shades of colors, they have all those little codes in there. He memorized those color codes by studying a color wheel for so many months.
Huh.
So yeah, it's almost like there's no limit to what he can learn. And so we've just been really lucky that we can, find all this information to help him. But, also with those big things come, challenges. And he's 11. He still needs help getting dressed every day.
Yeah.
He needs help filling up his water bottle. Very, very little things that we take for granted as people, walking around not with a computer brain. We're able to process how to open our things up. We don't have a billion, sites running at the same time in our head.
Right.
And for him, it's like that. Like, he's taught himself piano, and it's beautiful. Like, he's just a little boy, and those things are just incredible.
Right. Now, what has it been like putting DJ through the school system?
Preschool through kindergarten was a dream. Everybody was on the same page. He had like a great team. But unfortunately, when he got into first grade, they just didn't have a program for a first grader that did algebra.
Yeah.
Or that, and the schools turned us away and said, we can't help him. And so, and I was very disappointed and just, saying, well, why wouldn't you start something? He's not going to be the only kid in existence that you come up with this special, type of abilities. If you don't have a program in place now, you're doing a disservice to him and all the other kids that are going to fall in line behind. And so it's really disheartening, but we've just brought him home, and I've been homeschooling him for 5 years now.
Tell me about tell me about the relationship that DJ has with his father and his siblings. What's that like?
Oh, it's great. It's amazing. Like, I think that we're just a really close family, and we just express love a lot. And so we probably tell each other we love each other throughout the day, all day long. And I think it's just really pleasant for everyone. Not that we don't have family arguments or whatever, like every kid and parents do. But we have a lot more patience, and I think just a different perspective than families that run on a more traditional lifestyle.
Yeah. Wow. And has DJ told you what he wants to be when he grows up? A million times different things, right? And I wouldn't say he's told us as we've asked him, oh, are you going to be a scientist? Are you going to be a musician? Are you going to be a physicist? Yes, he's going to do all of those things because he's already mastered them. Yeah. Oh, that's great.
We'll have to wait and watch, won't we?
Yeah. Is there a particular future that you would like to see for him, or are just kind? Tell me about that.
I really think so. Over the years, like I said, he's 11 now, and he has made so much progress in his communication. Being able to speak and being able to communicate aren't the same things. They don't mean the same things. And people don't understand when you say, I have a nonverbal child, that means it doesn't mean that child can't communicate. It means that child doesn't have a voice to speak with. If the child is verbal, it doesn't mean that they can communicate clearly with people. It means that they have a voice. There's just very, very deep, it can get pretty deep. But I think that, with DJ, what we can really hope for and what we see is that he is really wanting to make deeper bonds and friendships and interests with people. And that was something that he was very withdrawn and just wanted to do his own thing, and still does. But now he lets us enter his world a little bit more, and let us see kind of what's going on with him and what he's interested in.
Now, I was really drawn when I saw this article that someone wrote about, you and your experience with, a child with autism with, DJ. And by the way, midvalejournal.com is where you can find this. I was really drawn by this poem that you wrote for DJ, and I was wondering if you could share this with us. Is that okay with you?
I'd love to. Yay! Absolutely.
Okay, go ahead.
Yay! All right. The poem is called Wonder. I wonder what he's thinking. He never said a word. His eyes are all I had. His voice was never heard. But through his many actions, his gentle, warm embrace, he let me know he loved me. I could see it in his face. And now the years have gone and passed. Oh, sorry, I just lost my place in the awful.
That's okay.
And now the years, and a voice he now has gained to tell us of the things he loves, to tell us of his pain. Through riddles of his own design or cries of helpless sorrow, we help him carry and move along. We see him through tomorrow. For autism may be in his brain, but love is in his heart. This mother's love will never die, whether near or far apart. For as your path continues, you'll always be to me my silent boy with talking eyes and a heart full of glee, wonder and glee.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so beautiful. What particular experience led you to write that poem for DJ? Like, was there a moment that inspired you to get to that moment?
I think that maybe the first time that like he came and like really hugged me and like hugged and kissed me, because he was a very distant child, I guess, and we didn't realize until we had our other child, and she was very loving, and she was 2 years younger than him and just surpassed all these milestones that he hadn't made. But it was through that just in his eyes, you could just see how much care and love he had. He was very soft and gentle and so sweet.
Oh my God! And did you and did you ever share this poem with DJ?
That's a good. I think that he's probably heard it because we let him like read the article and all of those things. But that was like 4 years ago, so it would be interesting to see his reaction now. Definitely.
Wow. So as we wrap up here, Sara, because you mentioned that, even though April is Autism Awareness Month, you think it's more effective to identify it as Autism Action Month. So just remind us, what can we do to really do our part in Autism Action Month?
Yeah, even if it is going on to Autism Speaks or finding a foundation that helps with autism and donating $5. Even if it's finding a school in your area that has a special needs division and donating some books or some money to the school, like to just help the communities, because that's where we're going to start all forming a new perception of how we can, be kind people in the world and turn our baths upside down.
Awesome. And really quick, Sara, before we head out of here, how can we find you? Because you have this really lovely alter ego of S.J. Childs. How can we keep how can we keep in touch with your books and your podcasts and whatnot?
Yeah, thanks. My webpage is sjchilds.org. Our show and our books can be found on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, all at the S.J. Childs Show, and also S.J. Childs Books for Children. And if you Google Sara Bradford or S.J. Childs, bam, a whole bunch of stuff. Other podcasts I've been on, just a whole bunch of information. So you can just Sara out.
Love it.
Rabbit hole into a Sara.
Yay. Sara Bradford, a.k.a. S.J. Childs, reminding us that, yes, it is Autism Awareness, Autism Action Month, but really this is something that we should be keeping in mind of throughout the year. Sara, it was such a pleasure having you on the show, and, take care, and I hope to have you on the show again.
Thank you. I hope to, too. Thanks so much, Jon.
Yay!
Listen to The Anything Show with Jon Francois on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get podcasts. How does Jon know how to set up podcasts? Is he that? No, he can't be that smart. Follow on Facebook at The Anything Show and on Instagram at Anything Show Francois. Did you get all that?